What are you doing?
Oh, it's eggnog. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Would you like some?
No thanks, I'm agnostic.
Oh, well, fair enough. You know, Nate, you know what this time of year makes me think of?
Video games?
Yeah, pretty much. I was thinking, you know, so many things happened in 2008. Maybe we should do Wired's top 10 game-changing moments of 2008. The trends and news stories that like really made a big difference this year.
It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Coming in at number 10 of our top 10 game-changing moments of 2008, EA's attempt and failure to buy Take-Two Interactive. EA was hoping to supplant the power of Blizzard's World of Warcraft and Activision's Guitar Hero being together under one roof by acquiring 2K and getting Grand Theft Auto. Unfortunately for EA, Take-Two's shareholders didn't like the deal and it fell through. That's bad news for EA, but great news for gamers. Less consolidation means more competition.
In at number 9, it's, you guessed it, Wii Fit. Everybody said that Nintendo was crazy. A big box, a huge controller that you have to stand on, the whole thing costs $90, and Wii Fit is an exercise game that's actually more work than it is play. But Wii Fit is actually on track to outsell Grand Theft Auto 4. It's not just a success story for Nintendo, it's proof that casual games are big, big business.
Okay, so Sony's still third place in the console wars, but they did win something in 2008, the war over high-def movie formats. There were two competitors, Toshiba's HD DVD and Sony's Blu-ray. Of course, every PlayStation 3 includes a Blu-ray player. HD DVD couldn't compete with the sales of Sony's game machine, and so they called it quits. So, the PlayStation 3 saved Blu-ray. Now the question is, can Blu-ray save the PlayStation 3?
Number 7, it's Final Fantasy XIII to Xbox 360. Yeah, Square Enix might be spreading the love around in general a little bit more than they used to back in the day when they only made games on PlayStation, but the Final Fantasy main series has always been one console only. So it was a huge shock at E3 when Square Enix announced that Final Fantasy XIII would be available on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 on the same day in Western territories. It's one of Microsoft's biggest victories in the console wars so far, and it's proof that things are really changing over there in Japan.
Number 6, Phil Harrison quits Sony and joins Atari. The retirement of the father of the PlayStation, Ken Kutaragi, was a pretty big shakeup at Sony, but nothing was more shocking than Phil Harrison's departure. Phil Harrison was one of the founding fathers of Sony Computer Entertainment of America. But even more shocking than leaving Sony, he joined Atari, which was losing all of its internal licenses and development studios. And even more shocking than that, he just might be able to use all of his industry powers to turn Atari around. He's even got the Rez creator on board to make a music game for the Wii. That's probably the best thing Atari's done since Yard's Revenge.
The number 5 game-changing moment of 2008 is when the Beatles signed with Rock Band. Now, everybody knew after the success of Rock Band that Guitar Hero was also going to add drums and vocals, setting the stage for 2008 as the battle of the band games. Who's going to win? We don't know yet, but Harmonix just scored one major point. The Beatles, yeah, those Beatles, are going to work exclusively with the makers of Rock Band to develop a brand new music game based on their music. Guitar Hero is gently weeping right about now.
Number 4, microtransactions are no longer funny. We all had a good laugh when Bethesda tried to sell us armor for our horse for $2 in Oblivion. But what happened next? Not funny. Gamers jumped on the microtransaction bandwagon. Now you can buy extra quests for Fable or Fallout 3. You can buy weapons in Far Cry 2. You can even buy a t-shirt for your Sackboy for $5. The days of heading to a store and dropping $60 for a complete game, yeah, those are pretty much over. Now they'll get you when you get home too.
Number 3, it's the Wii and the DS smashing sales records. Nintendo's Wii and portable Nintendo DS are on track to be the number 1 and number 2 top-selling video game systems of 2008, but they also might sell more hardware this year than any other video game platform has ever done in the history of the business. Yeah, another indication that casual gaming is here to stay, and in these troubled economic times, Nintendo's lower-priced offerings might be exactly what consumers are looking for in 2009.
From sim games to music games to platformers, user-generated content was the new big thing this year. Will Wright Sports populated with millions of user-made creations. Little Big Planet, every day you get a new dose of hundreds of player-made levels. And even Guitar Hero World Tour has song creation tools. The only downside to all of this user-made goodness? Copyright infringement. That awesome God of War level in Little Big Planet? Yanked. Mario remixes or Zelda's Lullaby in Guitar Hero? Yanked. Come on, lawyers, let us have a little bit of fun.
And the #1 game-changing moment of 2008 is indie games finally coming of age. You know, at the Independent Games Festival last year, it was a fun place to sort of go and hang out and just check out some indie games when you wanted to get away from all the hustle and bustle of Game Developers Conference. At this year's Game Developers Conference, the Indie Games Pavilion was the hustle and bustle. Everybody was looking for the next big indie hit after the breakout success of games like Portal. You know, we hear that some of the IGF winners actually already have publishing deals. Small team projects like Braid and AudioSurf are capturing our imaginations and taking time away from multi-million-dollar video games that were supposed to be played. And Microsoft's new Community Games channel on Xbox 360, which lets garage developers upload their games and lets anyone play them, I mean, that's huge. That is a brand new world for indie game development. And that's why indie games are the biggest game-changing trend of 2008.